Welcome back to Devil's Diary TV. Let the story begin. Imagine being trapped on a remote island with no way out. Now add a dash of the supernatural. Sounds like a nightmare, doesn't it? Hello there, I'm Josh. Picture this. A group of us, all thrill seekers, were out on a sailing adventure when a sudden storm swept us off course. The gale was fierce, the waves monstrous, and in the blink of an eye we found ourselves marooned on an island, remote and uninhabited, or so we thought. Thrown into a situation straight out of a survivalist's handbook, we tried to make sense of our new reality. The storm had left us with nothing but the clothes on our backs and a handful of supplies. Our boat, our only connection to civilization, was destroyed, lying in shambles on the rocky shore. In the aftermath, we huddled together, seeking shelter from the pouring rain under the dense canopy of trees. As the storm raged on, we clung to each other, our spirits dampened but not broken. We were survivors, and we believed that we were equipped to handle anything that came our way. Our initial efforts were focused on survival. We scavenged for food, finding sustenance in the wild berries and fruits that the island had to offer. We collected rainwater in makeshift containers, grateful for every drop that quenched our thirst. We built a fire, its flickering light a beacon of hope in the unending darkness. As the days turned into nights and back into days, we began to explore the island. It was a place of rugged beauty, its landscapes untouched by human hands. The towering trees whispered secrets in the wind. The rocky cliffs stood as silent guardians, and the vast ocean that surrounded us was a constant reminder of our isolation. But as we delved deeper into the island, a sense of unease began to creep in. It was as if the island was watching us, its unseen eyes following our every move. A chill ran down our spines, a shiver of dread that we couldn't shake off. Little did we know, the real terror was about to begin. It was on our first night when the echoes of our solitude were replaced by the whispers of the unseen. As darkness descended, the island's silence was broken by a symphony of eerie sounds that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. The rustling of leaves as if being brushed by unseen feet, the low, mournful howl of the wind, carrying with it the faintest hint of whispered words. It was like the island was speaking to us in a language older than time, and it wasn't saying anything pleasant. Each of us felt it, the prickling sensation at the back of our necks, the goosebumps crawling up our arms, the feeling that we were being watched, scrutinized by countless unseen eyes. Shadowy figures flickered at the corners of our vision, darting away whenever we tried to focus on them. They were like smoke, there one second, gone the next, leaving us questioning our sanity. As the night wore on, the apparitions became bolder. We would wake from fitful slumbers to find our belongings moved, our fires doused. Laughter would echo from the trees, chilling our blood. We'd catch fleeting glimpses of figures standing at the edge of our camp, their eyes glowing in the moonlight. We were being haunted, stalked by things we couldn't see, couldn't understand. We tried to rationalize it, of course. We told ourselves it was just the wind, just the rustling of leaves, just the shadows playing tricks on us. We reminded each other that we were on a deserted island, far from civilization, that our minds were playing tricks on us. But the fear in our eyes, the unease in our voices, betrayed our true feelings. Despite our best attempts at bravitude, the fear was seeping in, gnawing at our courage, turning our dreams into nightmares. We were being hunted, and we knew it. We were intruders in a place that didn't want us, didn't welcome us. We were not alone, and we were certainly not welcome. As the days passed, we discovered the island's dark history, a history that was coming back to haunt us. Delving into the heart of the island, we stumbled upon relics and remnants of a bygone era. Each artifact was a chilling testament to the island's ancient inhabitants and the gruesome fates they had met. As we brushed away layers of time, we felt a shiver crawl up our spines, as if the island itself was whispering its secrets to us. The island was once home to a civilization, thriving and full of life, but their prosperity was short-lived. A devastating plague swept through the population, leaving no one spared. The inhabitants, in their desperation, resorted to unspeakable acts, hoping to appease the gods they believed had cursed them. Human sacrifices, rituals of blood and bone, the island was soaked with the echoes of their despair. In a secluded corner of the island, we found a cave. The walls were adorned with crude drawings, depicting their desperate attempts to fend off the plague. The drawings told a story of a people driven to the brink of madness, their pleas for mercy etched into the stone. The air inside the cave was heavy, filled with a sorrow that seemed to seep into our souls. Among the relics, we found a stone tablet, covered in an ancient script. We could not decipher the words, but the unease it brought us was enough to understand its ominous significance. It was as if this tablet was a final testament of the island's inhabitants, a cry for help that never came. As we delved deeper into the island's past, we realized that we were treading on hallowed ground. The spirits of the island's ancient inhabitants were still here, their anguish and despair echoing through the centuries. The chilling wind, the whispers in the trees, the shadows that danced in the corners of our eyes, it was all them. They were not at rest. They were trapped here in this place of death and despair, bound by the horrors of their past. We were living on hallowed ground, and the spirits were not at rest. With each passing day, the hauntings grew worse. It was clear we were in a fight for our very lives. The spirits, once ancient inhabitants of the island, were relentless in their pursuit. Each chilling encounter was more terrifying than the last. Ghostly apparitions would appear out of nowhere, their soul-piercing screams echoing through the night. Our fear was palpable, a thick fog that clung to us, but it was rivaled by our determination. We were not going to become the island's next victims. Our survival instincts kicked in, a primal force that propelled us forward. We devised plans, set traps, anything to keep the spirits at bay. It was a struggle, a gruesome dance with the supernatural. We were walking a thin line between life and death, every step a potential misstep into the abyss. But as we fought, the island watched, silent and brooding. It was as if it was testing us, gauging our resolve. And then, just when we thought we couldn't take anymore, the island had one final, shocking revelation in store for us. We thought we were the victims, but the island had a different story to tell. As the storm raged on, we came face to face with a chilling revelation. It wasn't mere coincidence that led us to this forsaken place, nor was it fate's cruel sense of humor. We were not just random victims, we were descendants, blood of the very people who had caused the original tragedy on this island. Our ancestors, those ancient inhabitants, they met a gruesome fate. Their spirits, they weren't just haunting us, they were seeking justice. A centuries-old debt was being called in, a debt of blood and betrayal etched into the very soil of this island. We were the debtors, bound by the sins of our forefathers. In the end, we came to understand the terrifying truth. This was not a story of innocent people haunted by malevolent spirits. It was a story of retribution. We were not the haunted, but the haunters. Our past had finally caught up with us. For more horror stories from the Devil's Diary TV, click here to watch now. Like, comment, and subscribe before it's too late for you too.